Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about how to build a digital endorsement app. So this is the type of app that people would come to your website and they would give their name and maybe some comments for a common cause. And it would be uploaded to a table called endorsements, and then it will be displayed to everybody. So it's a very, very simple app. We have an endorsement table over here. We're going to be adding a couple of columns. So we're going to add a name column. Let's make this about 100 characters long. And then we're going to add another column called comments. And we can make this up to 4,000 characters long. That should be fine. All right, so we now have this endorsements table. So what we want is we want a new website. When people come in, let's call this endorsements. So this can be, maybe a name pledge or commitment registry, or you may want to do neighborhood signature collection for some cause. And we created a little website over here. So the first thing that we got to do is we got to make sure that our database is set to that database that we used before to create the table. And so now we're going to be adding a little heading. Let's call this endorsements for cause, whatever that cause may be. And let's make it centralized. All right, and maybe add some paragraph. There may be some lorem ipsum text here, whatever it may be. And what we're going to do now is we want to add a little section where people can actually add their names to the registry. So for that one, we're going to need an API first. So let's add the API. We're going to call this add endorsement. It can be just a simple add. And I'm just going to copy and paste this code over here so that it can be seen clearly. So in this API, we're taking the name and the comments, and we're inserting the row to that endorsements table that we created, name and comment. So it's very, very simple. We're going to be calling this add API from the UI. And in order to do that, we have to have a button here, and the button needs to take the inputs from two input fields. So let's add a couple of input fields. We're going to add a text field over here. We can call this whatever we want. So this is the name field, obviously. And we can update the placeholder to be name. We can update the field name as well, but the most important part is the ID over here, the field ID. We're going to be getting the value of it from this ID field. And we can do, all sorts of styling over here. We can do maybe add a little padding to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, and then, we're going to need something like that, but maybe with multiple lines supported. So that's going to be a text area. So let's add it below that. Let's call this comments. And again, we can add some padding over here, and we can increase its height. So there's a lot of styling options that we can do, and we can call this comments. And the most important one is the ID field here. So that's how we're going to be fetching the value of it. And then the next thing is we're going to need a button to be able to upload the information to the server side. So that's under the dynamic section. So we add it over here. Let me just adjust its positioning a little bit. Let's make it block layout and margin, and maybe add a little top margin over here. Say add your name, and maybe add a little padding as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. All right, this is good enough. So what we will do is we're going to be adding a click event handler, and this click event handler is going to be taking Let me just maximize this. So this will actually, I'm just going to copy and paste this code because it's just going to make it simpler. Yeah, so this is basically what we're doing. We're calling the add API that we just created, and we're pulling the value of the name from the input field that we just created. So that's the value that the user will enter. And then the second one is the comments. Again, we're pulling remember, this is the ID fields. We set the ID to the name and comment, so that's where we're getting it. And then we're calling the API to get insert the endorsement. And then if you look at the API side, the add is taking those names and comments and it's inserting them to the endorsements table. Okay, so this will add the endorsement, but the user will have no idea where it is or what happened. So we also need to display the existing list of endorsements over here. So for that one, we're going to need another API, actually. So let's call this get. So this will return the endorsements that we have. And let me just copy and paste this code as well. It's a really small code, but sorry. So we do not need any parameters for this call. All we're doing is just fetching the rows from the endorsements table and then returning them. All right, so this information needs to go into the state of the component. So I'm just gonna take that, copy paste that code as well, and then I'm gonna explain what it does. All right, so first thing, we're starting with state initialization. So in our state, the endorsements are going to be empty array by default when we start up. And then the get endorsements function. So this is calling the get API that we just created over there. So this is fetching the endorsements, but this actually is going to be coming as rows and fields. So we're just going to be fetching the rows over here, and the endorsements is going to come from the rows. All right. So this is the get endorsements. When we actually call this function, it's going to be calling the get API, and it's going to be entering the endorsements to the state. So we want to call this when the component gets mounted. So when the application gets initialized. And also what we need to do now is when we actually add an endorsement, we actually need to call the get endorsements. We need to refresh the endorsements on the page. Okay, so now we actually have the endorsements coming to the state, but we're not actually displaying them. So we need to do that. So let's add a repeater element that's going to be displaying all the elements, all the data. All right, so get repeater loop. So the initial one, the data for the repeater is going to come from the endorsements. So we're going to say this.state.endorsements. All right, and then if you go back to the repeater, the loop record, we want to call it endorsement. So that's the data coming from the server, and we want to display it for every line. And so we're going to be adding a little block over here to be able to represent the entire row. And then we need to add a dynamic text for the, just extend this. So this one is going to be coming from, let me just expand that. All right, so we have the first section of the endorsement, which is the name over here. So we're going to be returning the endorsement name for the first one. And then for the other one, let's call, so this is a dynamic text. This is the block. So what we need to do is we need to add another dynamic text over here. So let's add that. Let's just open it. All right, so right below that. And then for that one, we're going to be doing something very similar. Instead of the comments, instead of the name, we're going to be getting the comments. Okay, so that should do it for the most part. But let's take a look at the styling of the block. So now we're going to be returning the information. It should be working in theory right now, but let's just add a little styling over here. Let's make the block flex and justify a line space between so that it's going to push the name and the comments side by side on opposite edges. And let's add a little heading as a last step above the, oops, wrong place. So it's under here. All right. And then we're going to call it endorsement. So this is the current endorsements list. And we're going to make this centralized as well. All right. So this should be working. So let's give it a try. So this is live. As you can see, this is a draft. We did not publish it yet. So let's test it out. Test. And yeah, you can see that it's working. So obviously there's a lot to do. So let's test the tester. There's a lot of styling that you can do, all that information. But the important thing is if you refresh this, you see that information is retained. So it's actually coming from the database. So whoever comes in to the database, so if you look at the rows over here, you can see that they're getting inserted, and you can actually insert your own rows if you want to. So that would be somewhat faking endorsements. But yeah, I mean, this is how you can build a very simple signature endorsement application. And once you're done with this, you can just commit it, initial release. And yeah, so this is basically live at this point. So you can just come over here. This is free, completely free. You can start collecting signatures from your neighborhood for certain causes that you wish. All right, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching.